We are going to call upon the stage Lekha, who just graduated as an Acharya, to come talk to us. And after that, Vamsi will talk to us on how his experience was to be trained as a Vaidya. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lekha. I just graduated from the Acharya program. It's very difficult to actually summarize in 2 or 3 minutes what happens to one when one does a course like Acharya. The amount of learning that one goes through, the amount of transformation that one goes through, it's very difficult to summarize. But for me, personally, what has really changed is the way I do yoga and my own practice. Now when I look at my practice, after having learned the fundamentals of designing a practice, after observing many hours of classes by my senior teachers, now when I look at my practice, I ask why. What is the purpose? What is the goal? What is it that I'm trying to achieve? Is this the most efficient way of achieving my goal? Am I prepared? Is my body, my breath prepared for this practice? How am I going to, counter the negative while sealing the positive? Yes, it has changed my practice, but also this kind of thinking, these questions have percolated through other aspects of my life. So now when I have a task at hand, I ask the same questions. What is the goal? What is the most efficient way of reaching this goal? And as you can imagine, this has actually saved me a lot of suffering in the past 6-8 months. Another joy of having done the Yogacharya course is studying the Yoga Sutras itself. I found that this is a very practical text for daily living. Now when I have a personal goal or a professional goal, I ask myself, what is the abhyasa? What is the vairagya? What is the abhyasa as in what is the effort that I need to put in to attain this goal? What is the vairagya? What is it that I need to drop to actually be able to attain this goal? And I know that mere effort will not do. As the Yoga Sutra says, Satu Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Adara Asevito Drida Bhumihi. The quality of the effort matters. The effort has to be persistent, it has to be consistent, it has to be done over a long period of time. The effort has to be positive, done with enthusiasm, with respect. And this again has touched every aspect of my life. And this is just one example. Like I said, Yoga Sutra is a very practical text. And as I try and understand the Yoga Sutra, as I try to apply these ideas to my life, my biggest source of strength and my biggest refuge has been the Yogavahini community. One of the greatest joys I have had while studying at Yogavahini is when I sit in a corner of a class quietly and I listen to my classmates, to my teachers share their experiences, their insights, their struggles, and to share it with such honesty, unafraid to be vulnerable. And as I sit there and listen, it's, I start thinking beyond the difference of gender, life context, age, there's so much alike. We are so much alike. I'm able to identify with what they are saying. And as we all sit there and listen to each other with our whole being, for a moment, for a fraction of a second, the veil drops and I sense the oneness beneath all these differences. And that, I think, is the greatest gift that I have achieved because of having done this course. And another great gift I think the Yogacharya course has given me is that when the belief that when you have a dream, the whole universe actually conspires to make it true for you. For me, it was my parents, my children, my colleagues, my friends, my family, the babysitter akkas and driver annas, all of whom enabled me to be able to actually do this course. So thank you to the community, thank you to our families and our support systems, and thank you to Yogavahini to have offered a course like this. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Vamsi. I am a Yoga Vaidya student. To start with, actually, I was having one-on-one classes with Saras. But when the idea of Yoga Vaidya course had come, I was not really clear whether I'll be able to do it or not because of an intense program. But then I realized once I start, I thought, let me check a few modules. So if I'm able to do it, let me continue, is what I had in my mind. But once I started, then there was no looking back. It's an amazing program, intense. It's been a long journey, but wonderful journey from 2014 till date. So like I said, once you start doing this program, you also realize that your individual yoga practice also you see significant change. So it's an amazing journey. So what else can I talk? So whoever gets an opportunity, so please do this. It's a lovely course. Thank you. I'd like to thank Saras, my dear colleagues, and my family members for giving me an opportunity to complete this course and helping me in doing so. Thank you.
I'm Anisha, and the therapy program that I went through is one of the best yoga therapy programs for the yoga teachers today. But I've also done other courses, I've done other therapy programs, but this is by far the most comprehensive course which has a wholeness to it, which is uncompromised. And you experience this all through as you go through. And Saras, as we fondly call Saraswati Vasudevan, the director, and our teacher, she stayed with us all through, making sure that there is a striving for yoga, which is almost lost in most of the scenarios where yoga is very popular today. We all know, everyone knows yoga, but almost the essence is not there. It's very much diluted. It's very popular for its side effects. And somehow this place gives you that experience of yoga. It holds that very dear to it, and with every process that we go through in the program, we are actually striving towards yoga, and that sight is not lost. And it seamlessly, just spills into our lives. It becomes a whole part of our lives. So you can't remain, okay, this is my profession and it's a different thing, and you have a different thing going on the side. It just becomes a whole seamless part of your life. And in the program, we don't study just the anatomy, physiology, pathology of diseases, but apart from the whole anatomical structure of the body, we look deep within to find that potential, the healing potential within ourselves, and to guide the others into it and enable that for the other, which was tremendously different from the approach that we get anywhere else, where you're getting just information gathering, not really integrating the process. It's a very good balance between the experiential learning with the good amount of information available. So I'm really grateful. I feel blessed to be part of the Vaidya program. I cannot thank enough Saras for taking this forward. And as Srivatsa Ramaswamy said, we all need to take up that responsibility that we have to take it forward. If we don't do, who else will?
I really thank them for that deep sharing. And with that depth, I was